Davidai has his sunglasses on upside down. Sometimes they're on the right way round. Sometimes they're covering his forehead, and sometimes they're covering his eyes.
Yeah, a few times when he was counting out his chips to raise, they were on his forehead, and then they smacked him on the nose. It was quite amusing.
It's the little moments, isn't it, at the table, which add to the general entertainment factor.
Yeah, of course. You got to find something to keep you entertained. Otherwise, it'll just be monotonous and boring.
Well, Sebastian is giving this some serious thought. His sunglasses have come off.
Maybe he only has queen eye and he actually think it's good. Queen eye would kind of be the same thing as king eye.
Sebastian will pass. Davidi's going to take the pot.
It's going to give him the benefit of the doubt. The pot goes across to Davide Katai. Now moves above the million mark in chips. I should remind you, of course, that with Jason here, he's happy to answer any of your questions about poker in general, about what it's like to play an EPT final table, what it's like to win an EPT title. nuts@eptlive.com is the email address to use. That is nuts@eptlive.com. Michael Kiner there in the audience. Had a bit of a bad run yesterday. Came close to making the final table. Close, but no cigar.
What place did he get?
He's certainly in the top 20.
Oh, okay. I didn't have a chance to play with him.
Davide and Drenner in the blinds, so we're going to start off with Daniele under the gun.
Mattia sitting there with just under $1 million in chips now.
They're going to fold all the way around to Sebastian on the button.
He folds, Gavin folds. Sebastian Ruthenberg's on the button.
He's going to raise to 144,000. Davide will pass the small blinds.
Just the big blind left. Dreno Keller.
And Dren will let the big blind go. Sebastian's going to take the blinds.
Sebastian is probably raising any two from the button just because of how tight Dren has been the whole final table and during nine-handed. He's only playing maybe one hand every 2 orbits, so. And deuce 7 is good enough to raise just because of how much is in the pot already by the blinds and annies.
Confirmation of this final table's chip count. Fintan Gavin has let his chip lead slip a little bit, but he's still on 1.87 million. Ruthenberg 1.4. Katai 1.1. Mattia just under $1 million and 836,000 for
Fin's going to start
Keller.
under the gun this time. And he's going to pass it over to Sebastian.
Here comes Ruthenberg again.
He's going to raise it to 152,000 this time.
152.
With Davide to fold the button. Dren to fold the small.
Mattia moving all in
push all
from the big blind.
And Sebastian's going to fold with king 9. Yeah. Sebastian already knows immediately whether or not he's going to call. Right now he's just, I would imagine that he's just trying to act like he had a decent hand. But I'm 99% sure that he would call already. He would know whether or not he's going to call
All in
us
raise
on.
is 794,000.
Yeah.
And Sebastian's going to pass.
And he knocks it.
Daniele wins the pot.
When he raises there from the cutoff, I'm pretty sure he knows whether or not he's going to call if the big blind pushes in. So when he doesn't call right away, you pretty much know that he's going to fold.
Mattia currently 3rd in chips. One thing I was going to say about Fintan Gavin is when you're at the table, Jason, you managed to get him to show a lot of his hands. You know, where he raised and everyone folded. Managed to get a lot of free information out of him.
Yeah, I was trying to get free information out of him. He's just kind of a fun-loving guy, and you know, he wants everyone to have a good time. You can tell. So, you know, you're like, when he raises, everyone folds. You're like, oh, you had a big one there, and he's like, yeah, I did. Boom, and spikes down jacks onto the table. So, you know, and then you kind of pick things up because he was, you know, he raises and then somebody looks at him for a little bit, and I'm remembering what happens during that hand, what he looks like, and then I find out what he actually had.
Daviti's going to raise it up to 165,000.
It's not like it actually helped me, but you know. But yeah,
folds the button over to Daniele in the small blinds.
It was good to get some free information from him.
He's going to fold.
Well, the key thing is you can't control luck, as they say.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, you must be happy with the way you played the tournament.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't change a single play that I made.
A reminder that the World Championship of Online Poker is running at the moment. Are you playing any of these Wacoop events?
I was planning on it. I had registered for like 15 events and ended up playing the Partouche Poker Tour and missed a few of the early events.
Daviti's going to start us off this time.
Been in this event for 5 days, so I missed all those events. So I had to unregister from a lot of events. I am going to play the main event for sure, and probably some of the next few events over the next few days.
He's going to pass, and it's going to be the blinds again. Then announces raise.
Yeah.
180,000 now.
Say 160? 160,
oh, sorry. He announced 160, so 160,000 is the raise.
160,000 from Fenton Gavin from the small blind.
Sebastian's probably going to...
Sebastian's going to make the call.
And I'm corrected. I was going to say he's going to either go all in or fold, but I guess...
The blinds are going to see...
Well, he'll get to play the hand in position, so...
Yeah, he probably has a king-queen, king-jack type hand, I would imagine. One that he doesn't want to shove pre-flop, but he wants to play against Fenton.
He's watching Fenton for information as the flop's dealt. What if he's got king-queen? He'll be loving that flop.
I would imagine that he hit that flop.
Question is, did Gavin hit it?
It's hard to think of a hand that he's calling with where he's not hitting...
Fenton announces 185. 185,000 is going to be the bet.
Can't imagine he's calling pre-flop with like an ace-9 type hand where he's going to miss here. I would imagine that he would either fold or stick it in with that hand. Or a low pair he would probably shove. So yeah, he's definitely got a piece of that flop. So he's probably going to at least call, if not raise.
He's made the call. Seriously, what kind of hand do you think Fenton Gavin's got here?
He could be on anything. I mean, see his facial expressions. I mean, he's like, oh no, you know, he's making all weird facial expressions. He could have top 2 pair.
Going to go heads up one more time.
He could have pocket 4s for all we know.
It's the deuce of clubs. We've now got king, queen, 8-2 with 2 hearts and 2 clubs. Fenton's going to go first again.
If he bets here, I'm pretty sure he's bluffing, I think.
He announces all in.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a bluff. I don't think that, or he's on a draw. He could have a heart draw or a club draw.
Yeah, but look how much is in the pot.
If I'm Sebastian here, I would call with a queen.
If I lose this
queen
pot,
10,
I'm out
I
of the
would call.
tournament. Do you know what I mean?
See?
Psychologically, I'd be devastated. I'd never come back. So I have to push.
I have a king.
Yeah,
He's
see?
a king.
I knew Sebastian had
Wow.
a king.
And why did you just phone me?
Yeah, he has to be
Why
weak.
did you still
There's
play?
no way he has a king.
Wow, you have a king, man.
I see.
That's big. Now I don't want you to call.
The last time he did that, he had king high. He did that exact thing against Daniele yesterday. Shoved king high on a jack high flop and was making all the same facial expressions and reads. I would imagine Sebastian's going to call.
A lot older than you were.
I'll be shocked if he folds.
It's going to cost him everything he's got to make this call, though. It would be an expensive mistake
Yeah.
if on this occasion Gavin did have the goods.
How much does he have left? 900? Sebastian?